apparently your opponents teach you a lot because, they are the ones whom you are going to play. Your toughest opponents have been Caroline Marin, uh, Nozomi Okuhara, and Tai Zhu Ying. All these three. What is your relationship with them off court?
Well, off court, we're really good friends. On court, I think that aggressiveness and I think you need to have that because it's a very competitive sport. And, when you play on court, you play aggressively, you want to win, and only one can win at the end of the day. So I think off court, we're really good friends. But on court, it's just that let's see who's going to win.
We keep hearing off court we are good friends. So how do you define good friends? Do you party together? Do you dinner together? Do you let your hair loose together, dance together? What do you do together to say you're good friends?
Well, there are a lot of examples where couple of times, for example, Carolina, she came here to play the PBL, which was the badminton league. So, she came here, and then of course I invited her home, but it couldn't happen because we had different matches. But I think we had a small party like where all the teams were there, and it was the last day of the tournament, and we just danced together. And she just spoke about how she felt, and I just told her that whenever you come to India, please come home. And she invited me to her place, and of course we couldn't I couldn't go there. But I think every day almost, when she was injured, she couldn't play the Olympics, so I just spoke to her on phone that how she's feeling and how is she doing. So she was kind enough to reply me back. And she lost her dad couple of years back, and I just spoke to her. And so this kind of friendship, I would say, with her. And even it's the same with Okuhara as well. And with Taizu, after the Olympics, she was very upset because of course she wanted to win the gold, but unfortunately she couldn't. She got the silver at Tokyo. So I just went and hugged her and said it's okay, as an athlete, as a badminton player, I understand, because everybody, when they lose, they're definitely going to have hard feelings and they're going to feel bad. So I just hugged her, and she felt really nice, and she expressed how she felt. So yeah, that's the kind of relationship and friendship we have.
Of the three names I took, which one would give you the greatest pleasure to beat 21-0?
Well, I would say everyone. I can't say just one.
So you want to beat each of them 21-0 or 12 or 11-0 now with the new rules?
Yes, of course. Why not? Why not?
Such bragging rights, I was talking to a youngster when I was coming here, and I said, "What's your ambition?" He says, "My ambition is to play Sindhu and lose 12-0. I'd be quite proud of it." I said, "Really? What would be better than that?" He says, "Better than that would be losing 12-1." Because he's going to brag about that 1 point he got off you. And these youngsters really look up to you. You can't imagine how much. I believe your match with Okuhara in 2017, which you lost, is considered by the connoisseurs of badminton as one of the best matches ever played. I think it was a long 110 minutes game and one of the 150-minute game, and one of the rallies was almost 70 plus 73 strokes. So it was so tiring, you people could not even celebrate it. What did you learn from that loss?
So that
Because it was a big loss, and you
Yes.
really played well.
Yes,
Both
yes.
of you played well, and definitely only one could have won.
Yeah.
But what did you learn more than that? Was it disappointment? Was it, oh, that one shot I would have won had I played that differently?
Well, I think it was both. I mean, that was the first silver I got at the World Championship. So I had, different emotions where I must be happy because I got silver, or I must be sad because I lost the gold. Because in 2017, for the first time, I was playing the finals at the World Championships. Because 2013 and 2014 I was a bronze medalist at the World Championships, and 2017 was the first time I've entered the finals at the World Championships. And first game, I lost 21-19. I was leading 19-16 and I lost. But second game, there was it was 20 all, and it was anybody's game. So that 1 point which you said that, yeah, it was 72 rallies. and 72 shots, and of course we were both dead tired, and we didn't know, like we couldn't celebrate, and we was in such a stage that the game got over. I won 20 to 20, and there was another set, so it was really hard to just change the courts as well, but then we had to, because it was a very crucial game for us. But after changing the courts, it was a tough match again, and there were really, really long rallies. And almost each rally was almost 30 to 40 strokes. And unfortunately, again, I lost 20 to 20. Well, it was really hard to take it, because I've come so far and I've worked really hard. And I was just thinking in my mind that, why can't I win that? But I think from that, I've learned a lot of patience, telling myself that it is okay. I mean, it is okay to lose, because you can't get that game back again. I mean, when I was young, I used to cry and ask for another game, but that's not going to happen again. But I think I've learned a lot of patience from that, and from that time I always used to think that it is not over until it's over, because every point is important and every point matters, like until the last minute, until the shuttle touches the ground. So that's what taught me after that 2017, after that game.
Badminton must be one of the few sports where the top 10 or top 20 is equally distributed between the Europeans and the Asians. Everywhere else it's all skewed towards the Europeans. There was a question from TSC, and I'm saying TSC because if I take his full name, people won't even know who he is. So TSC asks, what is there a difference, physique difference? Is there a mentality difference between the Indian players and others? Why 1.3 billion people can't produce more champions? So, what is it?
Yeah, definitely. When you look, there are a lot of athletes across the world, and there are a lot of them who are coming up. But I think in India, yes, there is a lot of talent. But I think you need to understand, it's not just a couple of months or a couple of years of hard work. It takes a lot of time to come to this level. And, as parents, they need to support them. And as athletes, I mean, if they don't get success, they're like, we're not getting success. And they're not patient enough to wait and have that belief and hope in themselves. And also at the same time, I think the encouragement, the support, the motivation, that I think that needs to be a lot more. And I mean, we are having all the facilities. It's just that you need to guide them in a right way, and it needs to start from the grassroots level, and they need to understand, because from, like, when you start badminton, it's not just that, okay, you start playing badminton and you just play and you want to win. I think you should know the basics, from where to start, what needs to be done, and when you're holding a racket, how it needs to be, like how do you hold it. And it's not just, when I talk about badminton, it's not just playing badminton, but I think the physical fitness and the mental is very, very important. And even now, when I talk about physical fitness and mental fitness, I think it's very important, where everything is connected to each other. It's like a chain, where if you play badminton, equally fitness also is important, because nowadays badminton matches are going up to like 1 hour or 2 hours. So you need that fitness to stand on the court for so long, and you need that endurance, you need that fitness levels. And when everything is fine, and you're leading or you're trailing, and you suddenly go blank, I think that is a time where your mental fitness needs to, you need to know that, yes, mentally you have to be so strong.
Are you sometimes anxious before a game? And if you are, how do you deal with it? It's the game, it's the Olympics gold medal that you're fighting for. Anxiety would creep in. So how do you deal with those anxious last moments before the game?
I'm sure everybody is anxious at that point of time. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibilities, and everybody is hoping for the best. Everybody wants you to get that medal back. But I think at that point of time, you need to understand and you need to stay calm. I mean, I do that, because I've experienced a lot of times where there were matches where I used to be like under so much pressure, and I was leading and I lost matches, and I was trailing and the matches where I've won. So I've learned a lot, but now whenever I feel that, I just think for myself, just calm down, just take a minute, and then go for the next point, because I don't think about the match. but I just think about the next point and what is going to happen next.
Daughters are always their father's special child. Mothers are the ones who bring you down to grassroots, bring you down whenever you're flying too high. When you win and when you lose, what's your mother's attitude? When you come home victory, does she make something special? When you lose, does she overcompensate? My poor child, you start. So I want to know the mothers. Your father's been in the limelight with you all throughout, but how does your mother treat you in your victories and in your losses?
Yeah, of course. No matter what, whenever I come back home, she prepares a good food. What my favorite food?
What's your favorite food?
I like keema.
Okay,
Yeah, I like that, and
with lots of chilies.
yeah, we eat spicy food, so yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. Just asking.
Yeah, so she does that, and when I win, of course, everybody's happy. But when I lose, I mean, equally, even the family members are sad. But on the phone, they're like, you played this. Obviously, the match is telecasting on the TV. So they give me a call and they're like, okay, this is what you've done. Because I remember one thing, like after the Olympics. So I lost in the semi-finals, and everybody was very upset. And of course, I get a call from my dad, and I get a call from my mom saying that, uh, because I had to play a losing semi-final for the bronze medal match, and it was the next day, and I was really sad and upset that I've lost. But I still had a chance. I still had a hope that I could get that bronze back home. So my parents told me that it's fine. It's not over yet, and you still have a chance. I think that gave me hope because as parents, even though they feel sad, even though it upsets them, outside when you talk to their daughter, it's like it is fine. They don't show out their emotions, So I think that's what is very important. And of course, my mother always does that. And back of her mind or inside her heart, she feels sad. But I think she shouldn't show because as a daughter, even I'm gonna feel sad and bad that what they are feeling. But
Is the hug after the defeat a little tighter?
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And at the
I
same
suppose.
time, they motivate me in such a way that they're always there for me, and they always support me no matter what, because winning and losing is part of life.
Yes, it is. Uh,